what's up? Hello, it's Katie Colson here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be doing something very, very different for me. If you have been on this channel for even a moment, you know I'm not the biggest romance fan, okay? But sometimes they can hit, all right? Every genre has something for you if you just keep looking. Not that you should do that, because you should just read what you want, but I do it for the fun. And I decided that because I just recently finished a book that I did not care for and highly anticipated, and I was like, okay, maybe we should just read something totally left field that you never would have thought that you would like, because the likelihood that if you don't like it, you won't be surprised. No one will be surprised. It's okay. You can just call it a wash. It won't disappoint you. But if you like it, like, you could be so surprised. So what we're gonna be doing is reading dark romance, or like taboo romance. I know that both of these that I'm gonna be reading in this video are classified as dark romance. Now, the first one is going to be Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. The reason I decided to pick this one up is because it just recently, I don't know if it got a new audiobook or if it got an audiobook, but I saw that it had just released or is releasing in July of 2023, not totally sure. This is one that I've heard a lot of people really enjoy, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. We'll see. Again, the likelihood I'm gonna like these is like pretty low, but like, who knows? I could be that girl, you know? Do I know what these books are about? Absolutely not. No. Have I heard people talk about them a million times? Yes. But it doesn't stick up here in my little bird brain, you know? And the second book is Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. So I've heard Madison talk about this, and she really loved it. And I believe she also really loved Still Beating. And so did Hannah from Hannah's Recent Reads. And Haunting Adeline, I think it's like a stalking murder thing. And then I'm pretty sure in Still Beating, it's like they're hostages. And it's like a trauma bond. I don't know. Listen, I have no idea. You're here on this journey with me, and I hope that we have amazing freaking time, okay? So let's start and try to read my first ever dark romance. Oh my gosh, hi. I don't know what this angle looks like, and I'm probably not gonna find out until I start editing this video. So if it looks terrible, sorry future me, but current me literally doesn't give up.
Hey!
I don't know what this is called, because I literally don't know what either of these books are about, but I'm like, what is this, like taboo romance? Is like dark romance? I'm gonna assume dark, okay? So for this video, I wanna read Unsub by Meg Gardner. Editing Katie popping in to say, no, we will not be reading that book, because I don't know what in my brain told me that that was a romance. It's not. It's a thriller. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm just gonna cut all the talk about that book out, because it literally has nothing to do with the theme of the video, and I don't end up reading it in the first place. So, yikes. But then I also want to read Still Beating. It was like, I don't remember who it's by. Anyway, I've heard people talk about Still Beating, and I just got the audiobook because it was on the Libro website. I got the audiobook, and I feel like I've heard people say that this is like I think it's like two people are held hostage together, and then like they fall in love, or maybe like the girl's taken hostage and then she falls in love with the hostage keeper, the person that, I don't know. Listen, somebody's taken hostage in some way at some point. That I know for a fact. So I want to read both of these in this video, because I am just now getting out of like a 6-month long slump, and I'm really kind of swinging back into it. And I just think that these will be fun and interesting, and that I can just jump in and like, maybe I'll hate them, but I feel like I'm gonna have a good time. Anyway, I guess I'll let you back up when I have an inkling of what's happening in Still Beating. I don't know what to say. I am 15% of the way into Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. I really thought, based on the vague memory that I had and have of other people talking about this book, that I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be like so problematic and like gross. And I'm gonna be like, oh, psych, DNF. Like, I don't like it. I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. Don't look at me in the eyes. Don't look at me in the eyes. I can't handle it. Listen, is it problematic? Yes. Yes. There are things about it. I don't know what a taboo romance is, okay? I don't know what that is. I don't think that's what this is. I think it's just dark. But, okay, so basically, we have our main character, Cora. Oh. That was the longest song I've ever heard in my life. Jesus. I'm so invested in this freaking audiobook and I want to know what's going on even though it's already midnight. God damn it. Okay, so we have our main character, Cora. Her older sister has a fiance. Okay? The fiance is Cora's like nemesis. This is enemies to lovers, but it's enemies to lovers that like makes sense because they've known each other for 15 years. Okay. They went to high school together. All three of them went to high school together. And it was basically like he made it his mission to make her life like a living hell, but like in a prank war kind of way where like obviously to any human being, this is not like a she's been misconstruing everything. Like, obviously, all the things that he's done to her, she's like, you made me get bullied through like the entirety of high school. And the way he's viewing it is like, oh, but that's like our thing, you know? And she's like, no, it's not. Like, and like he like ruins all of her relationships. But it's like, you know, like, not enemies, but like they are enemies, but like, oh my God. But like, okay, here's the thing. So she's like, ew, you're disgusting. I can't stand you. And he's like, LOL, you're hilarious. And like, you know, just keeps moving about his day. But one day she gets her wallet stolen at a bar and she's like a little tipsy or whatever. And this guy's hitting on her and she's like, oh my God. Ooh. So she keeps calling people to be like, can you come pick me up? Can you come pick me up? No one's answering except him. He answers, okay? Asher. He answers. And he's like, I'm on my way. Pulls up, is like, is this guy bothering you? Bye. And like, they get in his truck. They drive away. All of a sudden, a couple miles down the road, oh, we're getting pulled over. Oh, no. We're not getting pulled over by the police. We're getting pulled over by Creepy Man. The evil Danny DeVito, okay? So he like busts the window in and is like trying to steal the main character. But Asher is like, absolutely not, bitch. And is like, if you're going to take her, you're taking me with you. And the kidnapper's like, I mean, okay, fine. Like, I'll take you both. So he takes both of them and chains them up in his basement. Are y'all sick of me yet? Are y'all like, why are you so invested? Like, why are you so invested?
I'm genuinely sick.
I'm invested because it is real. It's realistic. The tension between them is realistic because as of right now, it isn't like ridiculous. It's not like, oh my God, obviously he's into you or like, and the girl's just being oblivious. Like, no, like it makes total sense why she doesn't like this guy, even though she knows he's attractive, but she's like, he's an asshole. Like, can't stand him. And her sister is like, he's not a bad guy. Like, y'all just have this weird thing or whatever. Like, I think he thinks it's a joke. And she has never, like, taken it as a joke because the joke is her. Like, the joke is on her and she doesn't like that. And he thinks it's hilarious, which obviously is not great. But, like, to be honest, the things that he has done, they are kind of funny. They are kind of funny. Anyway, sorry. But I'm kind of eating it up because I love angst. I do love angst. I love angst. There's some essay, like serious essay that's happening, but I really love that the main guy character, when this is happening to her, he's like, look me in the eyes, and nothing else is real, nothing else is happening, everything else is fake except you and me right now. And then he sings her to sleep. What? I'm loving it. Okay, I'm only 15% of the way in, and I feel like I could change my tune 10 minutes from now, but I'm kind of liking it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm not a fibber, but I am distressed because I did not think this would be happening. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading because I am literally obsessed. I'm sorry. What just happened? I'm 30% of the way to this book. It's like 2 a.m. I don't know. I need to go to sleep soon. I should have been asleep already, but we just got a POV switch, which I did not see coming. And this Dean Asher, his voice is like a volcano. Like, it's literally like so deep. It's crazy. Like,
fuck. I'm getting hard. I should probably stop touching her. But I want to keep touching her.
Ooh, hot.
Oh,
Hot.
yeah,
All right.
that's hot. That is hot.
literally, he came on and I was like, who is this man? Like, bellowing in the great halls. Like, it's like reverberating. Listen, again, it's the reason I'm enjoying it is because it's reading like really, really like toxically angsty fan fiction. And I love that. Am I saying it's a good book? I mean, like, listen, I don't know what I'm saying. It's 2 a.m. I'm going to stop talking, but like, I just had to come on here because this guy's voice, like, that took me by god dang surprise. Okay, anyway, good night. I said good night. But when Dean is like, I lost control, I was savage, he had to be identified by his dental records. What's wrong with me? That I was like gasping. I was like,
You make me sick.
Thank you, sir. I make everybody sick.
this is where I harken back to that I am asexual and aromantic, okay? I'm saying that right now. I am. And I'm gasping. I'm here to share my truth. I do like this book. I do like it. And I am, no one is more shocked than me to say that I like it, okay? I should not put this on the internet. I should not put this on the internet. I can't stop reading it. I can't stop reading it. Like, I'm not even halfway through. Like, I do not need to finish this book tonight, but like, I can't stop reading it. Somebody put me to sleep. Like, okay. I'm sorry. For real though, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Guys, it's the next day. And apparently, according to Libro, I got to like 87% of the way through the book. And I was like, what? How did that happen? Like, I guess, like, I don't know, I was listening to it until like God knows when in the morning. So I went back to 35%, which, like, as of right now, I've listened to quite a bit since the 35%, and I remember everything, but like, I need to relive it. Like, I need to be in the moment, you know? I don't need it to be like a drunken haze at night. Like, I need to be like living. And I'm really digging it. I'm really digging it because, okay, it's her sister's fiance, okay? But here's the thing. I don't see it as like that they're bad people or that they're doing something like wrong inherently, because they went through something horrible. Like, they trauma bonded. But the thing is, it isn't just a trauma bond, because they also had this weird connection for 15 years before this happened. So it's not like, oh yeah, we're just bonded because we were, you know, SA, that like we're in the same room, you know, it's a little, but it's not that. It's that, yes, they trauma bonded, but with someone they already were bonded to. So it's like a double, triple deep, dark connection that they cannot, you know, break away from. And also, it changed both of them inherently as people. Like, it changed them. And now I feel so bad for him, for Dean, because he loved Mandy for 15 years, the sister. And now he's looking at her and is like, he isn't like really in love with her anymore, but not like, oh, like I don't love you anymore, but like he isn't the same person. And she's expecting him to be the same person. And she doesn't understand like what he went through. And it's very, not like blasé and flippant about it, but it's very optimistic and is like this year's gonna be better. Like, you know, basically like almost like you're gonna get over it. Like, which I know people do that. And I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she doesn't get it, you know? And I you know, obviously it's a romance. Like I know that they're gonna get together, like Dean and our main character, but I need it to happen. Like I really like them so much. They're so sweet. Like they're broken and sweet. I love it. And also Cora, the main character, he calls her Cora Belle, and it makes it sound like he's coming up with some stupid nickname, but it's not. Her legal name is Cora Belle, and she just tells everyone that it's Cora because she thinks her name is so stupid. But I think it's so cute that he calls her that because it's not like a nickname. It's her legal name. I don't know. I think it's cute. Anyway, I'm going to put my makeup on and I'm going to keep reading. Oh my God. My makeup is looking freaking good. Like, okay. It's bringing out the color of my eyes. Like I have hazel eyes. They're green blue, but usually they lean more toward green, but this is going to bring out that blue moment. Also, let's have a moment for the shirt. Anyway, I got to, what was it, like 67%, I think, of the way into Still Beating. These videos never go the way I anticipate. Never. Literally, like, I picked up, well, let's stop talking about fortifying. Let's stop talking about that. But I'll pick up a book. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm gonna love it. Flop. And then I'll pick up a book and be like, I'm gonna be reading this and thinking, what are y'all, this is what y'all are reading? I picked up Still Beating and I'm like, oh my God, I get why y'all love this. The y'all is me. I love it. Now, here's the thing. Part of me is like, am I going to give this 5 stars? But the other part of me is like, it's a romance. Like, am I going to keep thinking about it? But like, I am really digging it. I am really digging it. I don't know if it's 5 stars. It's definitely going to be 4. It's definitely going to be 4. But like, there's a lot left. And I'm like, what's going to happen? But to me, everything is like so realistic. Like, in terms of like their emotions and everything, like it's just so realistic. I'm really liking it. And then also like, there's that one part where at a Christmas, she gives him a Christmas present and he's like, oh my God, I didn't get you anything. Now I feel like an asshole. And he opens it and it's Of Mice and Men. And she's like, I know that we were supposed to read that in high school, but I'm sure you never read it because you're like illiterate. And he's like, thank you actually for this gift. Like I'll actually read it. He opens it and the entire book is blank. And he's like, oh, I think it was defective. And she goes, oh, I didn't think you would notice. Got him. And then he ends up reading the book and really loving it. And then at the part I'm right now, she says a quote from the book and he recognizes it from the quote from the book. I was like, ooh. Yeah. And then also what I just read, there was like serious sex scene, which like I don't like, but if you do like smut, it was pretty good. Sorry, one second. I'm at the pharmacy.
Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm here to pick up a prescription for Catherine Colson.
The card will be inside that bag, okay?
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too. Prescriptions acquired. Actually, she put 3 things in the bag, and I was only expecting there to be 2 things, so I'm a little bit confused on what it is I just picked up. But anyway, you know, hot girls are medicated. Yeah, I'm really digging Still Beating. I'm digging it. Like, I'm not sure what's gonna happen in the end. I do really like that it is not like, oh, we're broken, but like only in like a hot way. It's like, no, like the main guy character is like drinking himself to death. The main girl character is like, I'm depressed and I want to die. Like, and I was like, this is realistic. It's not like,
oh my God, this is like film noir. Like, oh my God, put me in sepia tone. I'm staring out a window. I'm so depressed.
I'm like, no, that's hot. I mean, not hot. I was like, that's hot. No, that's realistic. I like it. I'm about to do reading sprints when I get home with Gabby, which is so exciting because we haven't done reading sprints together. I mean, I say in a minute, but like it hasn't been that long. But anyway, I am about to be driving, leaving this parking lot. So I'm going to let you go for now. It's been not an entire day. It's 1 a.m. But I finished Still Beating at like 2 p.m. And I didn't have time to talk about it because I had to immediately walk into work. But I loved it. 4 stars, 4 freaking stars. I loved it. I'm not going to give it like 4.5, 5 stars because I'm like, you know, I'm not like a huge romance girly. I want to give it 5 stars to be like, I'm not a romance girly and I loved it. But I feel like if I give it 5 stars, that's going to lead people to think that like, oh my God, I loved it as much as like Alone with You in the Ether. But like, I don't know, maybe it is a 4.5 because I genuinely thought this was so good. I really did. That might just be the surprising element that I loved it, but okay, here's the thing. One thing, there's an epilogue, which I never like in romance books. I mean, not never. Most of the time, I do not like them because I'm like, yeah, I get it. Every epilogue is the exact fucking same. They're all the same. I'm like, I get it. You got married. You had babies. Got it. But like, could you not have just put that in the book then? Or like, I don't know. It's just that it's so repetitive. Like every romance epilogue is literally the exact same thing. But here's the thing. There's a bonus chapter in the end about Tabitha, the girl that Cora meets and realizes that she was also kidnapped. I don't understand why that bonus chapter was in there. Like it didn't, not that I don't like Tabitha, I do. But the only reason that I can see that chapter being included is if there was going to be a spin-off like sequel. And I looked it up to be like, there's gotta be a book about Tabitha. And there's not. So I'm confused. Like it really leads you to believe that it's going to be a series about the past victims of this guy, but it isn't. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I struggle to say like, oh, I highly recommend it because again, like it's dark and it deals with a lot of like topics. Like it deals with non-con, R-wording, you know, like assault. It deals with like torture and forced witnessing of R-wording, hostage, like kidnapping, like it deals with all that stuff. But I really felt like the logic behind the relationship between the two characters was really well done, surprising for the kind of tropes that it has. And some people say like, oh my God, it's about cheating. I'm like, I really don't think so. I really don't think it is. I think that there's a lot of nuances of mental health issues that go on in that book that I really, really thought were well done, in my opinion, especially for a dark romance. Not that I'm the person to speak on dark romance. Anyway, I really liked it. It is 1 a.m. and I should be asleep. I'm not completely landing on that I'm going to read the first chapter of Haunting Adeline. Because I might not. Maybe I'll just watch YouTube or listen to music. I don't know. But I might start that book. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, hi. It is a full day later. Okay? And when I tell you that I'm almost done with chapter 18 of Haunting Adeline, because I cannot stop reading this book. Like, something I realized that I should say about both of these is that it's not that I care about the romance. Like, I'm not a big romance person, and if I am in a book, it's like very few and far between, like Kaz Brecker and Inej, or Veronica and Stoker. Like, it takes a lot for me to be like, oh my God, I love it. So it's not like the romance, it's the story. Okay, like in Still Beating, the story. Oh, so good. This one, Haunting Adeline, I am invested in this story. I want to know what's going to happen. I am intrigued. And this is so terrible to say this. Listen, I'm not even halfway. So like, watch me be eating my absolute words. But this is the darkest. Not like, oh my God, like gore, like Den of Vipers is what I've heard, but like, am I insane for being like, this isn't that dark? Like it is. Like if I was buying this at Barnes & Noble, I'd be like, what the fuck? But like, look at the cover. Like it's dark. And I realized that because I had my tripod right here and I was like, I have not talked about Haunting Adeline. I've not talked to you about it because I don't know. I did not want to stop listening to it because I want to know what's going to happen. Like what is going on? Okay, so as a basic summary, we have this main character who moves into her grandmother's house. There is a guy who sees her at a bookstore. We love that. Sees her at a bookstore and falls in love with her. It's very Joe Goldberg. Like, if you took You by Caroline Kepnes, and I remember originally it was shelved as a romance, which is so funny, but if you took You and it was actually supposed to be a romance, that's what this is. Like, the guy reads so Joe Goldberg, except he isn't funny like Joe. He's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm smart and I listen, you know? And I'm not like, oh my God, it's so hot, because, you know, it's just like not really my thing. But I'm so intrigued. I'm so intrigued because he's stalking her. And his like thing is that he kills people, but he doesn't work for anyone. He kills people that he believes to be a horrible person. And it's kind of like Dexter, but like in terms of he kills like pedophiles and sex traffickers. Like, that's his thing. And there's like a network of like hackers that get this information and provide it to like mercenaries, and he's a mercenary. So I was like, oh, okay. So you hear that and you think like, oh my God, like he's like kind of like a gray hero. But then I'm like, he's also like stalking this girl. And I mean like stalking. Like, she'll wake up and every time she leaves the house or goes to sleep or takes a shower or whatever, there's just like a red rose somewhere in the house. And she's like, what's going on? But like, she's also kind of into it. And see, this is what I think is so entertaining about this, is that if it was just like, oh my God, I'm so scared, like there's somebody stalking me, which she does feel that way, but it's more than that, because she's like, oh my God, like somebody's stalking me. That would be so crazy if he like came in and like ravished me on my bed. Like, that'd be woo! And I'm like, oh my God, stop. That is so funny, but also like so interesting, because she is sick. Like, she's coming off like to the outside world like a very normal human being, but like she is a kinky bitch, okay? And you know what? I want to see what's going to happen. I'm very intrigued. I'm only on chapter 18. Okay, I'm going to keep reading this book, Haunting Adeline, for like until like an unfortunate time in the morning maybe, but I'm going to hit you back up tomorrow when I am more coherent. I will not be answering any questions at this time. But it's 2 a.m. and I am on chapter 21. And I'm not upset. I'm not. There, you know, okay, what do I say? Again, like, this is such a weird thing for me to be talking about because I'm an asexual, aromantic person, but I love a story. I love a story. And oh my God, this guy being like, you know, say my name. Like, you know, I was like, it's not that I'm like, oh my God, like, sexually, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so attracted to that. It's that I'm like, oh my God, that is so intense. Like, oh my God, yes, sir. Go be about it. And the fact that she is like unwillingly down. She's dirty dog down for it. She's like, oh my God, like this is assault. And then she's like, oh my God, but like if he stops, I'm literally gonna die. I'm like, oh my God. Whenever he's like, say thank you. And she's like, what? And he's like, say thank you for me, like, or for me being you. Say thank you. I was like, oh. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I apologize to anyone who knows me in real life and is mortified. I understand. I am as well. So yeah, I'm going to keep listening to this while I should be sleeping. I'm sorry. What? And a cliffhanger? A cliffhanger? I was only going to read 2 books for this video. But I feel like I need to read the second book. Like, I want to know. I want to know what happened. But let me tell you, I really, really like it. It's like, if you like the Mindfuck series, then I think that you would like it. Except instead of, oh my God, that's where those sweatpants went. If you like the Mindfuck series, except instead of the girl being like a killer, it's the guy, but like for similar reasons, except not personal for him, but then I think you would like it. I don't think that I don't like it as much as the Mindfuck series, but I enjoyed the overall experience, I enjoyed the beginning. Like in the Mindfuck series, the first 2 books, I was like, absolutely not. 3, 4, and 5, amazing. This, I enjoyed from beginning to end. It is insanely long, I will say that. But I do want to pick up the next book. Like, this is absolutely a 4-star. Like, absolutely. I really enjoyed it. And to be frank, I am like, is there something wrong with me that, like, I didn't really see much wrong with the book? I mean, no, I get it. Like, he's a stalker. That's absolutely not okay. But, like, in terms of, like, dark romance, I was like, no, and, you know, what? But, not that I've read much. But anyway, I'm going to keep doing this, and I might pick up the second book. Like, I'm probably going to. Hi. It's been a day and a half. Technically, it's 1:30 in the morning, so like 2 days, but I did not, in fact, pick up the second in the cat and mouse game I do not recall. I did not pick up Hunting Adeline, only because I was like, I feel like people said like, oh, just wait until you get the second book. But then I feel like I remembered hearing booktubers like talk about it, and I looked up this girl named Nikki, her reading vlog for it, and she loved the first one 5 stars. And she gave the second one, I think like 3.5 or 4 stars, and said like, it just wasn't the same. And at first when she said that in the video, I was like, you know, I feel like I remember people saying that it was good, but that it didn't like satisfy. And I just basically watched her entire video with spoilers and was like, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm glad that I saw that and that I didn't like listen or read it, because I enjoyed the first one, but based on like what she was saying that like happened in the second one, it's not like romance heavy, which is fine for me because I enjoyed the plot, but that the plot kind of got a little bit more tired in the second book, which I'm not the person to speak. I know I should have been saying this whole time, but like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm giving things a higher rating than I ever would have given in any other genre because I am new to dark romance. I don't know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. I will tell you that I picked up, because I was like, should I just end the vlog here? And then I was like, no, oh my God, let me like read something else. Because it's very popular. It doesn't have the best ratings, but I picked up Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. And I got to 64% of it last night. I don't know how. I stayed up way too late. And tonight, I went back to 20% today and am now at 49% because I was like, there's no way that I'm going to remember like exactly what was happening and like the emotions that I should feel about what's happening based on staying up until like 4 a.m. last night, which I'm sure I could have, but you know, listen, I want to trust myself. So I'm at 49% of the way now. Book's not good. It's not good for a multitude of reasons. There is a lot of like, I think this came out in 2015, which on Goodreads, it's like acting like it came out in 2021. It's not, it's just the newest edition of it, but came out in like 2015. So there is a lot of like sex worker hate, female hate. Like there's a lot of that. But it's also just not good. It's just not good. Now, here's the thing. This is about, I'm pretty sure she's, what is it? She said she's like 2 weeks away from turning 18.
She's too young for you.
So she grew up as like this jeweler's daughter. Like it's so weird. It's like she's rich, I guess, but like we never really get any context on that. Anyway, there is a group of guys in this town and they basically like every Halloween had this thing called Devil's Night, and they basically just go around and like set things on fire, like wreck people's cars, cut the police and fire department off from helping people. They're just terrible people. See, that's the thing. This is another thing that's making me not like it. They're terrible boys. Like, they're terrible. There's not a single redeeming factor about these boys. Like, nothing. They're terrible. And, like, literally, there was even at one point where she's trying to go to class. Okay, she's trying to be in class. And two of the guys, not the one that's like the main love interest that she's interested in, but two of the guys come and flank her on either side and are like saying these really sexually like degrading things to her, which like, okay, it's a dark romance. But here's where I'm like, no. What? Is there are things that I can let go? You know, obviously, like I really enjoyed Haunting Adeline. But this kind of dark romance, I'm like, absolutely not. No. When I tell you that one of these boys leans over to her and is like, if you don't do like so-and-so, I'm going to kill your mom. What? And also, like, it's never said that that's a joke. It's never said it's a joke. And like, and the fact that based on, we don't really know what happened in the past yet. Like, we know that something happened in the past that made them go to jail. Like, these Devil's boys made them go to jail. And it's something that she did that caused that. And they were in jail for like a year or 2 years, something like that. And obviously, that's a really good enemies to lovers thing where, of course, I don't know what she did. I'm sure it was miscommunication, something, but like that, of course, they dislike her because they went to prison because of her. So totally understand that. But leaning over in the middle of a college class and saying you're going to kill this girl's mom, like, and this is a multi-part series and I'm like, I know all of these guys are about to get love interests. And I'm like, that's disgusting. But I heard from Chandler, who gave the first one 3 stars, and she read it like a while ago. So that, if anybody rates something and then it's like 3 to 5 years later that I'm seeing their Goodreads review, I'm always assuming they would give it a star less now than when they did then. So her giving it 3 stars, I'm like, okay, she didn't really enjoy it, but she gave Kill Switch, the 3rd book, 5 stars. And it's one of like the only 3 dark romances she's ever given 5 stars. Wow. Chandler, the queen of romance. So I'm like, okay, I kind of want to continue with the series and like see, but as of right now, this book is not good. It's not, it just doesn't make sense. Like the main character, it doesn't make any sense why they're interested in her. Like all these dark, you know, broody, badass, like criminals, not bad boys, criminals, being like, oh, like they're interested in this girl for what? There's nothing interesting about her. Nothing. And I guess like, you know, Penelope Douglas is doing that thing of like, oh, well, you know, she's not really given any strict character traits. She's not giving strict like descriptions of what she looks like because we're supposed to imagine that it's us. And I'm like, I don't want to imagine myself as this main character. She is boring. She is lame. Ouch. Like, I think that in Haunting Adeline, I was like, okay, this girl, she's like a whole person, you know? Like, she's kind of crazy a little bit. Like she likes that kinky in a detriment to herself. But this girl, she is just letting them do whatever and going along with them doing these things because she doesn't want to be left out. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you don't think these things are hot. You just don't want to be seen as a wimp, which you are a wimp. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm ragging on this book, but also I'm not sorry because I do not think it's good. I don't think this book is good. I'm 49% of the way in. But there's nothing that can happen in the second half of the book that's going to make the first half of the book amazing. So we're going to hope for a 3-star. And I will get back to you when I've read more of this book. Hi. I have been listening. I have. I've been, you know, slogging my way through Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. And I'll tell you, I did not expect to like this. I didn't. I didn't expect to hate it as much as I am, but this is something that, as of now, I am saying, listen to me with a grain of salt, because I think I've read like 5 dark romances in my life, maybe 7. So, you know, I'm not the person to go to. I'm not a professor. I don't have tenure on this genre, all right? But as far as I can tell, this book is just bad. Like, it's just bad. And I read Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas and genuinely really enjoyed it, even though there was like, they were in high school or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but like the relationship and the writing and like all of this, the banter and everything was really good. So I could like see past it. I could be like, not that it's okay, because it was one of those like where they had gotten together. Why am I talking about Punk 57? Anyway, in this book, no. Absolutely not. And I get that everybody's different. Like everybody with dark romance is like going to be okay with certain things and not okay with other things. So I'm going to talk to you about the things that I'm not okay with in this book. So this is going to be mildly spoilery because I mean, one, you can probably just assume that these things are in this book. But if you don't want to know, you know, for the next like 30 seconds, don't listen to me. But there is so much talk of that she's underage. She's 16. And the characters, like the guys who are all over 18, I can't remember exactly how old they are, but they're all over 18, all constantly are thinking like, oh my God, I can't wait until she's 18. Like, well, she's 16. She's almost 17. Like, that's okay, right? Or like, oh, when she turns 17, like, then it'll be okay. Like, it's not like, it won't even be bad, right? And then looking at her, and there's like so many times where like the guy, because you get both perspectives, will be like, oh my God, like, she's too hot to be 16 years old. Like, no. Like, what? I don't feel like that needed to be said. I didn't feel like that needed to be thought. Like it didn't need to be written down. Anyway, and there's also like the things that these guys do to her. It's not hot. It's not hot. It's not cool. It's not justified. Like it is like I get that they're upset with her because they think based on very little evidence that, you know, she's the reason that they went to jail. I would have understood that. I would have definitely understood that. But they didn't do any fact checking. They just believed it. And then basically like the main character is like, oh, well, when they decide something's true, then it's true. And I'm like, but you were completely wrong. And when I tell you the things they do to this girl, it's not just like, it's not sexually dark. No, it's not sexually dark. It's just, in my opinion, gross. And this is me having given a stalker romance 4 stars because the way that it's written and the way the characters like, you know, interact with each other makes sense. But this, they legally but unwillingly rehabilitize her mom, like get her legally sent to a rehabilitation center without her consent, without her knowledge, and doesn't tell the main character, and then changes all the phone numbers of everybody that she knows so that she can't get in contact with anyone. And then also burns down her house. Burns her house to the ground. I'm sorry, what? And then like as she's literally at school, every time she's at school, they will show up and flank her on either side and like say the most sexually disgusting things in her ear. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then literally like kidnap her. They kidnap her so many times, threaten to kill her, all this stuff. And are like, oh, if I like, you know, oh, you want me? And like push her to somebody else and like literally shoving her on the ground, like slapping her in the face, like ripping her clothes off, like, and all this, and like literally like her. It's like a group activity. And then the second that it's shown that she's not the one who leaked this footage that got them to prison, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, can you forgive me? You burnt my house to the ground. No, I cannot forgive you. Does she? Of course. Because here's the thing. This is another reason why I do not like this book. It's because the main character is so basic, and not even just basic. Basic would be one thing. You know, like a Mary Sue. This girl is weak. And anytime she is shown not to be, it comes out of left field and it doesn't make any sense. Like anytime she's like, oh my God, like, yeah, I'm going to play the part. She plays it so well and it doesn't make sense based on her characterization. She is such a weak, like socially inept character. And it doesn't make any sense why these guys are interested in her. Like they are like bad boys, but like actually bad boys. But then for some reason they're like weak at the knees for her. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Anyway, I'm sorry. I could ramble about this for a while because it's truly terrible. I'm at 88%, so I'm hopefully gonna... No, I will. I will finish it tonight because I want it to be over. Now, I know that the other books in the Devil's Night series have gotten better ratings. So the first one has like a 3.8, and I think that the second one has like a 4.03, and then like a 4.23 or something for the rest. I don't know if I'm going to continue because I don't like any of these characters. But part of me doesn't want to know what's going on. I did the same thing with the cat and mouse duet. So like maybe I'll watch people's videos. I don't know. But I got... Okay, I got my bonfire merch. Everybody else has gotten theirs before mine. Excuse me? So I did make some like merchy things or whatever that are like super cute. Like I really think they're cute. And everybody that has been showing them, I'm like, that's adorable. Where's mine? And I only ordered one thing because right now, like Bonfire is like a campaign-based thing. So the campaign runs for like a week and then whoever ends up, like, if anybody ends up purchasing anything, then at the end of that week, all of those, like, whatever orders come in will get made and sent out. So I decided to get one thing because I was like, okay, I want the joy to spread out over a long amount of time. So I got one thing, and then I can, like, order something else and the next week get it, which for some reason for me, it takes like a month for it to get to me, but everybody else's came in like 2 weeks ago. Make that make sense? But I had ordered, now I'm wishing I'd gotten the hoodie because I saw Lori got the hoodie and hers is so freaking cute. But I got the crew neck, which maybe I'll love even more because I love Kayla, like Books and Lala's crew neck that I got from them. Oh my God, this is stunning. No, they did such a good job. Oh my God, this is so. Oh. One second, I need to go try this on. This looks so good. Y'all, I am not joking when I say this is the softest little crew neck sweater I've ever felt. It's so freaking soft. Look at it, this is huge. Okay, for reference, I got the medium and I'm 5'8" and it comes like, you know, I've got long arms and it comes all the way down there. This is so nice. I'm so proud of myself. Like, this looks so freaking cute. So if you didn't know, I have a Patreon, and on Patreon we have a book club called the Smut Salon Book Club. And this is like Maddie made this really adorable little Smut Salon logo, and I think it's so freaking cute. And I went through on my Procreate and kind of outlined it like her original drawing, because her original drawing has like a lot of more like shading and detail, which is stunning. But if you're gonna make a design out of it, it needs to be line art. So I went and kind of redrew it, like traced it over it, and made this, and it looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, I'm freaking out. I'm literally so obsessed with this sweater. Like, I'm kind of freaking out. Okay, I'm gonna go listen to the rest of this book because I seriously, desperately need it to be over. You know, I thought we're just gonna remain steadily, consistently bad. But the epilogue? Spoilers, okay? Spoilers if you're planning on reading this, because apparently they get better later on, maybe. Are you not listening? Okay, he kills a dog in the epilogue. He with his hands, strangles a dog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, the dog had been hit by a car, and in his mind, he's like, oh, it's suffering. I'm going to put it into it. But he's not a doctor. He's not a vet. He doesn't know if the dog could have lived or not. He just kills it right in front of her. And I'm like, why is that what you put in the epilogue? Like, that's the epilogue?
Are you for real?
No, bad. And literally, like, she has a scar, and he's like, well, you're never going to get anybody with a scar like that. Because, like, he's, like, shaming her, like, saying it's ugly. 1 star. Literally 1 star. This is so bad. And I do not think it's because I don't like dark romance. Because I genuinely enjoyed the other 2 books. And this one... Maybe I shouldn't read anything else for this video. Maybe this should be it, because... What? That put a bad taste in my mouth. Now I feel like I need to wash my mouth out like I did with Fourth Wing, with other books. Now I need to wash my mouth out of Corrupt, because that was so bad. So I don't know. I'll hit you back up either with another book or the outro. Oh, hi. We're in our sweater. It's so soft. Like, I don't know if you can see on the inside, like that, like, oh my God.
It's so soft. It's so soft.
And I have been like, I'm like, listen, we're just going to turn the air down. In the car, we're paying for AC. We're paying the shmoney. And in my apartment, just crank it down, baby, because we got to wear the sweater. I do not have a book update because I don't know if I'm going to pick up another book in this vlog. I do not know. Maybe I'll ask Instagram, like, if you were going to recommend me a dark romance that, like, was kind of like the Mind F series, or like Haunting Adeline-esque, like, what would you say? But I did want to say that I just went to the post office because I had a notification that my Pango Books order had arrived. So I ordered, okay, I am deranged, okay? So I owned 5 out of the 7 at the time 6 at the time, something like that, books of the Veronica Speedwell series in hardback. And then when I realized that you couldn't get the first one in the same covers, you couldn't get the first book in hardback in the same covers, and then the hardback cover that they do have is like really ugly. I decided to get them all in paperback and then got rid of the hardbacks. Like rebought them all in paperback. And then now I rebought them all in hardback. This is gonna be my third set. My third set, I'm telling you, I'm sick. Hi. They actually look stunning. I am so shocked. Like, these are not new titles at all. Like, I mean, The Impossible Imposter is like only like 2 years old, but this is stunning. So this is the second book, A Perilous Undertaking. Looks amazing. I'm going to see about taking off. I'm going to wait, but I'm going to see about taking off the library dust jacket only because I don't think the other ones will have it. If the other ones do, then I guess I'll keep it. Anyway, but this is the second book, A Perilous Undertaking. How a gorge. And then we have An Unexpected Peril, which is the sixth? Yes. Wow. This is the 6th book. Stunning. And then we have An Impossible Imposter. This one wasn't as good as the rest of them, but still stunning. And like, it literally looks like no one has ever read this before in their life. But it's a library copy, and it's like, not new. I don't know what y'all are sleeping on. Maybe this library is selling this because nobody's reading it, but like, I'm telling y'all, read this series. It's so freaking good. But then also, I don't understand how she got this here to me already. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Okay, look at this. This takes up the entire freaking frame. What is this? So this is from Lori, a patron of mine who was the first person I did the unhaul intervention with, because she owns, I mean, technically still owns because she hasn't. Well, no. Yeah, she's already started putting her stuff up on Pango Books, but she owned over like 2,600 books and was like, this is insane. My house is not big enough for this. And then we did this whole like unhaul intervention where her and I both like went on live with the patrons, and they were so incredibly helpful and like, what's the word? Not congratulatory. I mean, yeah, that, but like motivating, you know? And she ended up getting rid of a lot of books. And I was like, you're going to make so much money back from selling them that you do not ever have to stop buying books. And she told me, she was like, what do you want? Like as your commission, basically, and sent me a list of all the books she was getting rid of. And she was like, just tell me which ones you want and I'll send them to you for all of your help, which I really appreciate. And like, it was so much fun too. And I mean, I know it's an agonizing process, especially unhauling for the first time, but I sent her a list of like 3 books. And then she was like, okay, what are your like maybes? And I told her, and she was like, I'm sending all of them. I was like, oh my God. Okay. So this, I literally sent this to her like 3 days ago. I do not understand how this box is already here. Like, I'm amazed, but then also kind of scared that she spent a lot on shipping, and that would not be great. Hopefully she did media mail. And then I know that she also did send 2 books that I'd never heard of that she really wants me to read. And so kindly, she was like, if you don't like them after like 1 page, you can just get rid of them. I just want to see you try it. And I was like, okay. Oh, dear God. Oh, do you see this? Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God. Bro. Whew. Okay, let's just start at the beginning, okay? Okay, this is one that she wants me to read. I've never heard of it. Now a major motion picture? It is Under the Skin by Michael Faber. A compelling, unusual tale blends elements of sci-fi, grotesque, comedy, horror, and thriller. Okay. You know what? I am intrigued. Oh, this is floppy. That's a floppy boy. Okay. This is the other one she wants me to read. Okay. This looks a little bit more familiar. Backroads by Tawny Odell. Page turning, gritty, funny, and sexy. Gritty and sexy in the same blurb. This is also so floppy. Oh my God. Okay. We'll definitely be giving those a shot. What is this? Ooh, okay. This was one of my maybes because I've heard so many people absolutely adore this book. Like, say it's like one of the best books they've ever read. Migrations by Charlotte McConaughey. And this is the same woman that wrote The Wolves or something, The Wolves. I don't remember. But this is from Flatiron. This is not a big book. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be for me, but I think this cover is stunning. And I've just heard so many people say this is like one of the best written books that they've ever read. Ooh, okay. This is one. Ooh, this feels amazing. Dang, when was Book of the Month making covers like this? This is Book of the Month's Severance by Ling Ma. I love this cover. I love this cover. This does not have amazing ratings, but it sounds like it's for me. Like it's a post-apocalyptic, like I think it's like a millennial in a post-apocalyptic world that's just like so stuck in her routine that even when the apocalypse is going on, she's like, I'm just gonna go to work. And I was like, if that is not the most me thing I've ever heard. So that, ooh, this is the one that I wanted. This is like one of the three where I was like, no, please send this to me. Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is not at my wheelhouse. This does not sound like something I would love, but all the girlies are eating this up and I love this cover. And I need to know. Like, I need to know. Am I going to love it? Likelihood? Oh, that's so cute. But then again, I really did like Caraval. I just wasn't interested in like continuing the series. So, okay, there's a chapter that only has one sentence. I love to see that. And look how giant the writing is. I'm going to read it. Let's see. Ooh, this is bigger than I thought. This has outstanding reviews. Like, outstanding. All My Rage by Sabatier. Outstanding. Like, it's a contemporary. Oh my God. Wow. That is an indent for sure. Look at that. This is a young adult contemporary, but when I tell you the ratings on this are out of this world. And I was like, you know what? I want to know. I want to know. Ooh, this has been on my TBR for so long. And when I tell y'all, we already picked our Patreon Smut Salon book club picks for August and September. But when I tell you, like, spoiler alert, I'm definitely picking this for, like, probably November. Because October, I feel like we should read something scary. Project Hail Mary. I've heard so many amazing things about this, and I've owned this audiobook for, like, 10 months or something and not read it. But, like, Gabby loved it. I think it was her, like, best book or second to best book of last year or the year before that. I can't remember. But she absolutely loved it. And my ex-best friend read this, and she absolutely loved it. And I was like, you know what? It's a big book. Like, Rachel from Raven Haired Reader loved this. Like, everybody freaking adores this book. And I want to know what the girlies are talking about. And I heard the audiobook's fantastic. So I own both. So if I need to annotate, there we go. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We've been here for a million years. There's more. What is this one? Oh, ooh, I love this cover. And I love the way this feels. It's that like matte, like kind of gritty. It's so nice. Okay. The Book of the Most Precious Substance by Sarah Gran. This, oh, Come Closer was by the same author. I haven't read that, but that is on my want to read. Paul Tremblay blurbed it, and Stephen Graham Jones. Okay. Look at this. This is supposed to be a really weird book, about a book about sex, I think, but it's a weird book. And this is one of those where I feel like you're either not going to get it or you're going to be obsessed with it. And I want to be one of the girlies that's obsessed with it. So there's that. And then we have two more books. Ooh, another one that, again, I never would have picked up because it doesn't sound like it's for me if I had not heard the most stunning reviews of this book. As Long as Lemon Trees Grow by, apologies, Zelfa Katau. I'm definitely butchering that, and I'm very sorry. This cover is stunning. Look at her. And I've heard people like ugly cry when they read this. I think it's like a historical YA, like historical fiction for fans of The Book Thief. Oh, boy, howdy. I sure am. So very excited about this. And then the other one, this is the last one. Oh, my God, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Ah! Okay, so this is a special edition, I think. This has got to be a special edition of this book. And Aaron loved this and told me that I should read it. It's like a gay royalty fantasy. Look at that spine. This has to go on my shelf. Look at that spine. A Taste of Gold and Iron by Alexandra Rowland. Oh my God. That is pretty. Oh, she's a beaut. Oh, she's a beaut. One lives for his kingdom. One lives for his prince. You know what? It sounds... Okay, they're wrong for that. Look at how many words are in each page. But the book is freaking huge. This book is so long. Oh, wow. This is a very long book. So it looks like it's exactly 500 pages, but with it like this, I'm going to say this is like 600 pages long. Like, am I wrong for saying that? This is at least 550. A page-turning fantasy of courtly intrigue and conspiracy. Lori, thank you so much. I love this. Like, I get that we did like at least like 30 hours probably of on like live work of unhauling, and that is so much, and it was so much work, like way more for you than for me, obviously, but like I get that that's like a lot of work for me to put in, but I genuinely had a fantastic time, and the fact that you like sent all of these to me like for free, like I get it on your end being like, oh well, like this is like your payment for what you did, but for me I'm like I had a great time like unhauling books with you, so this is like a bonus. This is like an extra triple bonus. Like I feel like I just got a raise, you know. I don't know how I'm gonna carry all of them inside. Oh my God, I can't wait to redo my TBR shelf. You know what's so funny? I'm just now realizing, since I've been filming for 12 minutes, that there's no way I can fit another book into this video. Right? No. This is just gonna be like half dark romance, half book haul. I'm sure you're not mad about it. Okay. If this is not my last book, then we'll do a cheeky little cut to right now. No? Okay, cool. I'm going to end the vlog here because I'm sure it's super long. And if you have any recommendations of things on dark romance that you think I would enjoy, please leave them down below because I'm very intrigued. As you can tell, it seems to me that with romance, I'm a big like plot girly. Like with the Mind F series, I didn't care about the romance. I just loved Lana. Lana Myers, everything to me. Love her. So that was amazing. I love the like certain tropes, and like I love angst. I love hurt comfort. Those are my thing. Oh my God. One of the characters being sick and the other one have to take care of them, or one of them being wounded and the other one having to take care of them. Bury me. Like I love that. So that's amazing. I love banter, murder, you know, however, which way it comes. We do love a good stabbing in a book. Okay. I do like all of those things. I don't like cliches, but you know, that's everybody takes cliches in one way or another. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. If you have gotten this far into the video, then leave the black heart emoji and the red rose. Those feel very dark romance. Okay, I am going to see you later. I hope that all of you are having an amazing day, evening, night, dusk, dawn, whatever it is you're having in whatever part of the world you are currently having it in. And I will see you in a video coming very soon. Bye.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all.